So let me first thank you for joining today's Wellness Forum, which is open to everybody. And the topic is about I want to make you healthy. And this forum is target to those who wanted to learn to self-heal, but they don't know how. And today is going to be a day of connection, a day of questioning what's in your mind about this word, the word of self-healing. And let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Lily Lay. I'm the founder of Healing Without Medicine, to empower you to learn or to activate your self-healing power with simple solutions. And the overview of this 3-day wellness forum is that the first day, as I said, is about connecting you. Oh, hi, Rosita, you made it. Okay, now we just have to find, I know that Tamara is trying to get in, so hopefully she can make it. So welcome, Rosita. And I will just tell them about the overview of this 3 days event. And as you notice, the 3 events are not sequentially, are not one day after another. Be aware of that. The next day is going to be in 13 days, and the following one is on June the 3rd. And there's a reason about that. Oh, I can chat, but you cannot hear you. It says something went wrong. Oh, okay. Yes, this is the other thing. Can you hear me, guys? Can you say yes or no? Massimo, can you hear me? Okay. So sorry for all this technicality, but that's why I designed it in this way, that today it was about connecting and getting to know the platform. Can you type yes? Can you hear me or no? Can you hear me? Oops. Okay, I'm waiting for the answer and see whether you can hear me. Yeah, okay, thank you. Oh, Christina. Okay. Is this the Christina that I know? Okay. I can't hear anybody or anything. Okay, Rosita, can somebody help her and say that the other, everybody, yes, very well. I can hear you. Okay, so maybe Rosita, I can hear. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for replying. So I think Rosita, somebody has to tell Rosita. Oh, hi, Christina. Okay, I love your, I think that's an email address for Musicala. Yes. Hi, Christina. Nice to reach you instead of seeing you. So I'm so glad that you are able to join. Okay, so I guess 11 o'clock is a good time for you. Now, I'm hoping that each of these forum is going to last 1 hour. So let's just get going. And let me just tell you the overview of the 3-day. As I said, I repeat, day 1 is going to be about getting to know each other, getting to know what are your health needs and how I can help you to fill in that gap if you want to begin to activate the self-healing powers that we inherited naturally. This is not that I'm going to teach you, but I just had to put that word because people think that self-healing is something that you need to learn. No, guys, we inherited this 300,000 years ago and we forgot how to do that. So I'm just trying to reactivate that. So that is the whole purpose of this wellness forum. So the first day, I want to get to know the audience, your mind. What are you thinking about that? Now, the second and third day, I'm going to be talking more. So by then, I probably will be familiar with the platform and also you guys, and we can just hit it with information. All right. And as I said, the second day is going to be about, we're going to talk about the state of health affair in the US. Most of you live in the United States, so therefore I think we have to talk about that. And also we're going to be see, so, and also not only we're going to talk about the state of health affair in the US, but also how that impact you, each one of you. Now, on the third day, then is that it comes the solution. It's like, how can you relearn to self heal? So that's the overview for the 3 days. Now, and don't worry if and then if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you're going to be alerted automatically because I already set up the schedule, and you're going to be alerted. So you don't have to be trying to memorize which day is the next forum, okay? And remember to turn on the bell so they can just alert you. Otherwise, they would not alert you. So if you're not a subscriber, this is a good time to do so. So you can be alerted for the upcoming sessions. Or if you don't want to subscribe to the YouTube, or you don't know, you can just sign up to my email list. And my email, let me just see. Oh, okay. I prepared these little cartoons. Okay, this is my email. And if you want to enroll or subscribe my email list, go to this website now. As I said, I don't do anything very conventional. There's a quiz. It's a readiness for healing without medicine quiz. In order to be in my email list, well, anybody's going to be in the email list, but I will tell you whether you're ready or not. So you will like to take that quiz too. It is very helpful to see where you're standing at in terms of what do you know about, how do you know to just get on this path of self-healing. And then once you hit your report, I will need you to input your email address, and that's when you enroll in the email list. And I will let you know about all of these sessions and more. Okay, so it's healingwithoutmedicine.org. Very good. And okay, so as you see, each of these days we're going to focus on different aspects of wellness. All right, so yeah. So then let me see, I'm just reading here my notes and see whether I'm missing anything. So today, this is my wish today. I would like to just connect with you guys, hear your need, share your stories up and down, either for your wins or your shortcomings using the healthcare system. And then also that I'm wishing that in this span of 3 days, you will be able to take some useful information about how to take your first step to begin self-healing. Okay. Now, let me see. I just between open. Do you want to share? Or well, let me just first begin my sharing my story. How from being a conventional physician, and as I said, if you watch my last YouTube video that I released on Friday, I was a conventional physician, and my background is on rehabilitation medicine. How? Well, with also with a foundation of internal medicine. Okay, so I'm very grounded, very well grounded in that. And how in that video, I explained to you how from a conventional physician, I went into trying to promote this self-healing, trying people to be just healthy without taking so much pill. And actually, it's a big mission because I'm doing this in a society that is heavily medicated with pills. Okay, so there's a big mission there. And the little thing, let me just share with you guys that well, you can go there for the stories that I share, but personally, my experience about the illness is that I collapsed Yeah, when I was 42-year-old with chronic fatigue, plus 25 health complaints. Okay, you will say, how could you have 25 health complaints? Well, because I'm a physician, I know how to diagnose myself. And at some point, I was counting each of the symptoms that I had in my body, and I counted, I think it was around 25 plus or minus one. So then I think, yeah, 42 years old, I already was practicing close to 20 years deep into the medicine. So it was my time to be a patient. It was a time to see whether I wanted to use the conventional healthcare system. And after 20 years of seeing my own patient go through this system, they were my teachers. They showed me, and immediately I said, no way, no way. And I decided to just go the natural way. It was not easy to find the path, but also because I had my Chinese background, it was also familiar for me to find that route. And long story short, I not only was able to just self-heal of all of these 25 symptoms, but I gained more the energy. I gained more vitality. And all of you know that, that my system, I think most of you know my system, it really is natural, no pills, and it works. And this is one of the missions that I'm out now there. We can, guys, self-heal without medicine. But maybe in these 3 days, I can share with you what it is, the big blockage that I'm just fighting against in order to get through you guys. Okay, it's a big thing, and it's not about big pharma. It's not about that. It is our own self, our own mind. That's the biggest challenge that I have, but it's okay. We just keep doing that. So basically, now I'm coming out because all of this path that I did into self-healing myself, and then yet get more energized every year, I put it into a program. And this is the program I wanted to share with you guys. So now with this small sharing, I would like to see whether, okay, my question to you, so you can just sort of like warm up or an icebreaker. What I want to ask you, if you're happy with your current healthcare system, including whether, in the availability of doctor, are you happy of that? It's like, are you taking care of that, being taking care of the kind of wellness that you want? Are you happy? Are you getting billed fairly? Is the current healthcare system flowing for you? And then you can just rate that healthcare system just the same way we rate Amazon, from 1 to 5 you start. So how will you rate your healthcare system? 1 is like, okay. 5 is like, I love it. Okay, so can you share that? Maybe we do that. How would you rate your current healthcare system, the way you're using it? And I'm just going to give you time for you to type. Okay, I have 1, I have 2. Okay, I'll wait for somebody else. Well, and if you are not in the live, you can also post your answer in the comment box below, because remember that this video is going to be there. It's going to be showing you forever. So I already have 1 and 2. Is there a 4 or 5? Is anybody satisfied with the healthcare system? And can you share a little bit, like in few words, why such a low rating about the US healthcare system? Oh, okay. Tamara. So you're very happy. Oh, no, I'm very unhappy. So how many stars would you give your current healthcare system? One is like, five is like, I love it. So what number will you give it, Tamara? Yeah, depressing. So will you rate it one, Candida, Rosita? Would you rate it? How would you rate? Oh, one. Oh, okay. Only treat symptoms, never go to the root. Yeah, I completely agree. And plus, if you watch my YouTube video, oh, cannot find doctor who believe in the holistic approach. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on day two. On day two, and what it is, yeah, he's depressing. And the other thing is like my father, he was born in China and he migrated to Venezuela. And of course, when you just migrated, you just have to just get used to and adapt all of the whatever you have around, including the healthcare system. And then he developed a heart disease. He was pushed, and this is what I said in the video. He was pushed to by fear to choose to self heal, not because he knew it consciously that he could self heal, but he was pushed out of the fear of the conventional Western medicine because it was too aggressive for my father. And my father, I think he was a very sensitive person, but all of this surgical intervention, all of this approach is scare him. So when he developed his uh, angina, well, it got chronic. He said, I'd rather die. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna let them open up my chest. I'd rather die. And well, as I said, I was a physician already at that time. I guided him to self heal, and then well, he reached back to the point of the original in physical endurance. So he went back. He went back to what he was doing before physically, like lifting rocks. He loved to work on gardening, and by the time he had the chest pain, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even like go up the stairs without the chest pain. But as I said, once he changed his lifestyle or something else, well, you need to just change the way you were living before. So once he changed that, he began healing. So he was able to then go back to his gardening. I have a video when he was 80-year old, lifting, pushing on a wheelbarrow rocks. Okay, just to tell you. So yes, so then that's the point of my father. He felt that the Western system was too aggressive on his body. Yes, and only treat symptom, never go to the root. Anybody want to just share either your win-wins or shortcoming, any stories or anything that you wanted to share, or your thoughts about self-healing? Okay, this may be a better question for you, because what happened is that I really forgot what I was thinking when I got sick about self-healing. So now for me, I live by self-healing. This is my, I don't know, my paradigm. But I want to reach out to the other side, you guys who are using the healthcare system, which I already tell you, I'm not using that healthcare system at all. But I wanted to reach out to the other side and ask you guys, when I'm talking to you about self-healing, what goes on in your mind? Is it possible? Do you see like something very far, or what it is? Can you just tell me? I know that on my survey around the people that I know, everybody wants to heal without medicine. Everybody wants to, but not everybody can. So I want to know what goes on in your mind when I tell you the word self-healing. What goes in your mind? Is there any, what kind of emotion mainly? What kind of emotion does that elicit? Is this like you're afraid it's too far, I cannot make it? Oh my God, this is something, how to call it, anti-biblical or something that we're not equipped to do? What goes into your mind? And then again, if you miss my live and you're watching this video, as a replay, you can also just comment that. I would like to know what is going into your mind. Oh, great. Thank you, Ines. It takes a lot of work, but it's worth it. Okay. Thank you, Ines, for the answer. But you know why it takes a lot of work? Because we were not raised we thinking that we can self-heal. So the work is about undoing all the indoctrination that we have had up to the age that we're living. That is the work. But that was a very good comment, Ines, because I was just thinking, oh, Luisa, hi, Luisa. We have the potential to heal ourselves. Okay, now, sorry. I think what I'm going to ask you, Luisa, but it may just hit to the very tender point, but that's why I want to ignite that. Yes, we all have the potential. And this, everybody knows that. Why we're not doing it. So, Luisa, let me see whether you can just answer that. Why we are not doing that? So then for that, the question is it out of custom? Is it that you model that from your parents, that with any little things you needed to just consult the doctor? So basically, you did not have that responsibility, or the things that when we are born or when we're going through school, nobody teaches us about health, which should be one of these subjects in our school, the first one, because we don't believe we can do that. Thank you very much, Rosita. Yes. And when we don't believe that word, that phrase, it carry a lot of things behind, okay? Because we live in a society. And this thing about belief, a lot of the time it seeps into our subconsciousness, making us just call the doctor the first thing. We suffer from any ailments. Okay, so yes, it's customary. The other thing is that, do you think it's also lack of information? Like nobody has told us, of lack of information of how our body works. Let me just see whether you have any insight about that. Yeah, because as I said, part of the video that I make on Friday, it was that I wanted to just to show the face of people every time I would talk to them, like, let's self-heal. And they were like, put this glazy eye, like, whoa, self-healing. This is such a weird word. So let me just read here. Okay, we became part of a system where we go to a doctor to get a medicine instead of looking at the source problem. Very good. Got it. And Ines said, I think nowadays we have more. Oh, yeah. So the question is why we're not doing it. So anyhow, actually, all of this question is just to really push something over the edge. Okay. We have more info available. Yes, we do have more info available on the second day, which is May 26th. On Sunday, I'm going to talk more about that. How the new scientific discovery are supporting more that we can self-heal. So the science is there. It's not like 30 years ago that it was like, oh yeah, it's the Indian, the yoga, the Ayurvedic, and the Chinese medicine. So everything looked like very woo-woo. But now we have the science that support that. And why we're not doing it? Okay, we do have a lot of information, but I think that it all comes down to believe we can. Yes, Rosita. So you were right, and as I said, you sort of that you express the challenge that I'm trying to break, the wall that I'm breaking in, that I'm trying to break on each one of you who wants to learn to self-heal. It is here. It is not so much about going and attack the pharma or attack the mainstream media. It is I need to bring those walls down from the mind of each one of you. Oh, okay. Sort of looking for the source. Thank you very much for those great answers. Yes. Okay, so my next question is, and this goes more personal. At your point where you are now, what it is that you think you will need in order to self-heal? And this is much more personal. In other words, like, what can I do to serve you better on the area of self-healing? What it is that you need more information. You need, like, for example, let me just talk a little bit and see whether this helps. All of you know that I'm married to a non-Chinese husband, Italian. So he has. So in other words, the culture. Well, no, the way of doing things is completely different. And the food and everything is different. But because we have lived for, okay, I forget how many. Probably we're coming to, I don't know how many years. So, well, okay, we've been together for such a long time. I have like my way has been sort of like it was contagious. So he subconsciously took upon my healthy living. Well, not to say that the Italians, okay, Massimo is going to now tell me, no, not to say that the Italians are living unhealthily, but the thing is that because their country also, they have centenarians, they also have a lifestyle that prolong the life, but in the sense that in the food, mainly sometimes it's not so much about whether you live long or not, it's the quality of your days. Whether that day you're like complaining with pain, whether that day you're tired, that thing, it is reflected on how we eat, how we think, how we do things. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that how I have able to see the behavior of my husband is because we live together and we sort of like, at the end, sharing the same food, the same custom, the same way to see things. But hey, guys, I cannot take all of you at home, even though I would like to do that. But I wanted to see how can I reach over to the other aisle and see what are your needs in order for you to feel that gap, that you're able to just have this confidence to begin self-healing. Let me just read here. A magic formula. No, there's no magic formula. Okay, let me see. We have a lot of information on that. I'm only on one medication. In the rest, I eliminated all of them, and I try to eat in a healthy way, to exercise, and to think in positive way. Yeah, you are on that path. You are on that way. Okay, Rosita, I think I need more discipline. When I chat, I can't hear you. I keep bouncing and then look to this, so I'm missing out. Okay, you can then, Rosita, watch the replay video again and also continue commenting, because today is not the only day. This video is the comments and questions are going to go on for years. That's why I like the YouTube video. Okay, now you can hear me. Balance our energy. Yes. Okay. Believe it or not, Inez, that statement of balance our energy sounds simple, but there's so much thing behind about balancing the energy, which I think I'm going to discuss that on day 2. Okay. So then I think that, yeah, so learning to self-heal is something that is easier if we were raised or were born in a society that believe and live by that. Would you agree with that? Okay, let me just repeat that from what I was just reading and from what my experience. And I forgot to tell you another all of the people that I have reached are closer to me, are my family. My daughter is, well, because I had more, well, not control. I had more influence with my daughter. Each of her cells, it breathed through self-healing. So in other words, at least I started a seed on her. And also the other thing, I also tell about the story of my sister. So she also, at some point, she suffered from heart disease. And you know, ladies, heart disease on females are increasing. When I studied medicine a long time ago, the heart disease was predominantly on males, but now we women are going out to the to the workforce, and therefore we are being affected. So now, yeah. So my sister also suffered from that, and she should be really given a pat on her back. That here in the modern time, she was able to overcome that without surgery, without stent, without nothing. She also went the self-healing route. Why? Because she had me behind her and guiding her. So my question is, how can I do that to people that are not my family, aside from, moving into my moving into me into the house? Oh, thank you for the heart. Yeah. Okay. So the next question that I wanted to ask you, yeah, I'm reading my note. Yeah. Now, my question to you is very direct. Do you have any question related to self-healing? Because all of this question, I'm going to just take it. Rosita, do you want to be my sister? I'm offering this now. How can I sort of like have this influence on people that are not my family? Is doable. Okay, so that is one of the questions. Now, do you have any other questions about self-healing? I know that when you are like focused on me, your brain probably cannot function well. But as I said, if you have any other question about related to self-healing and personal, sure. I think there's a lag. Okay, so let's see. Is there any other question related to self-healing that we haven't talked about that I can use that and answer that on the next forum when we meet, and I'll prepare it for you? Let me see. Yeah, I think, okay. Let me just give you time, because then I'm going to just tell you how's it going to be the topic about the next forum, day 2. Day 2 is about the state of health affair in the country and how it may affect you. Okay. And then the reason also that I made it 13 days away, guys, is to give you a homework. is to allow you to Google and research about the topics that I'm going to be talking about, and then have you sort of like reflect on that, because I don't know, guys, whether you realize that the society, the whole world is undergoing a lot of changes, a lot of changes. And I thought that by having you sort of research on the topic that I'm going to tell you now for day 2, you probably can just be educated, inform more, and reflect more and get prepared about what is coming up on the next 10 years. I believe in self-healing, but I have not been able to switch the button. Okay, yeah. Yes. Okay, very good. So I'm going to take that home, and I'm going to think about how can I help you, because I'm sure your same concern, many of you are also sharing that. Okay, so first thing, information. I want you to just, well, okay, this is, I'm going to reserve it for day 2, so I don't want to like spoil the show for the second day. But I would like you to Google and see what is this. Just write, just type in Google, what is the state of health affair in the U.S. Type that, okay? And so I can make you reflect. The other words that I want you to be reading about is this: epigenetics. Okay, just type Google epigenetics. Okay, because these things may impact you. It may, so basically this topic is something that we all human beings, well, who can read and know, should learn about epigenetics. Okay, and the other word, the other word is body regeneration. You can type how does the human body regenerate, or whether each of our organs regenerate. Okay, that is going to open up your mind about what I wanted you to learn for the day 2. And the other word that I would like you, if you have time, is called transhumanism. It's a mouthful, transhumanism. Okay. Yeah, the transhumanism. So just Google and see what it found. But because I would like you to come to the second day informed. I'm not going to give you a lecture about that, but these words are going to be useful for you guys maybe in the next 10 years. Okay, let me see what Rosita wrote. I believe in self-healing, but I have not been able to see the what. Okay, yeah, I read that. I can do the diet, the exercise. My emotion is the hardest part. Oh, Dr. Bruce Lipton. Yeah, I have read him. Oh, I'm blessed. I'm very blessed to have Dr. Oh, this is my sister. Yeah, maybe you want to share a little bit about your experience, because as I said, well, I don't know whether you have this same indoctrination, and I had it when I was just training as a physician, that they let you believe that heart disease cannot cure without surgical intervention, that you could not cure it. And then for my sister to be able to challenge that and overcome that, it must feel empowered. Am I right, sister? Do you feel empowered after that experience? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, Rosita. So these are the 3 words. Actually, it's 4 things if you have time. You have 13 days, but go it lightly. I don't want you to just go deep into the discussion. It's just to sort of like general information. These are new terms that is going to be coming up more and more on the next 10 years. So one is that I would like you to know what is the state of health affair in the US. The other one is body regeneration. So you can just type in like, does the heart cells regenerate? Does the brain cells regenerate? And see what you get. The third one is epigenetics. Okay, Bruce Lipton talked a lot about that. Yes, I know. But you know what? I have watched his video. One of the things is that we have a lot of information now in the internet, and what we don't have is how can we fill in the gap between theory to practice. And I think this is what Rosita is going, or all of you. She's just like representing all of you. We have a lot of information. How can we make that real, manifested? And as I said, Bruce Lipton, many of them, they have great information, but how can you make that practical? And the other one is transhumanism. Okay, we're going to have this is going to blow your mind when you research about this transhumanism. Okay, now, yes. So my sister said it was a challenge against the world. Oh, yeah. People who believe that surgery was the only option. Guys, thank you, sister. She put it into words what I'm trying to just break down, the wall that I'm trying to break down in your mind, what my sister went. But the thing is that because she was my sister, she could just pick up the phone, and whenever she was just having doubt, she will have me on the other side. So yes, she was, can you imagine each one of you trying to just challenge the world? When you believe in something and then everybody says that you're wrong, but then when you sort of vindicate at the end, you're going to feel so powerful. You're going to feel so, it shifts something on you. It makes you confident in your life, and it really disappears something that when we were little, and we're going to talk more on day 2, that as soon as we understand something, they tell you a word, and that's it. That kill us, kill our soul, kill our disconnection from nature, and kill that belief that we can self-heal. So yes, it's very empowering. And I would like to be the messenger and the helper, the guide for you to really go through that journey, because it is a journey. All right, let me see. We are 10 minutes before the hour. So I'm going to just wrap up unless you have something else that you want to share. And I want to thank each and every one of you for attending this presentation, and also people that are going to watch this later. Your openness, your presence, your interest is very truly inspiring to me, and it keeps me going. Because yes, I have to tell you, at some point I was going to throw the towel, because as I said, the blockage, the mental blockage is very thick. But as I said, I think thanks to the ball is rolling, the word of self-healing is really spreading out. So maybe my job is also going to get easier. Okay, so the next session is a Sunday, May 26th at 11 a.m. again. Same thing. I'm going to, again, if you're subscribed, you're going to be alerted. If you're in my email list, you're going to be also receive my emails to remind you. Okay. And again, remember, there's some homework if you want to do it, but it's just so that when you attend on day 2, you're not like, glassy eye and what is Lily talking about. Okay, so you have a little bit more understanding. Oh, Luisa, thank you for sharing your knowledge and helping us to grow together. Yeah, you know what? One of my wishes, it's a little bit selfish, my wish. Thank you. It's because I'm very sensitive. And one of my mission that I wanted to do is like, when you achieve self-healing, you achieve peace of mind. And I can feel that. So I was imagining if I could help do that okay, I'm sorry. It was one day I was walking on Times Square and I was just sitting by a bench and I could feel the stress, the tension, the anger, the sadness of the people walking by. And I said, I wish this could be a forest of human being, all with a peace of mind. That I could sit by Times Square, licking up my ice cream, and just feel that everybody is peaceful. So that is my mission. So thank you for attending. So remember, it's on Sunday, May 26th at 11 o'clock. And, the topics we're going to talk. And until then, I hope to see you there and take care of yourself. So be well. Oh, thank you for the hearts. All right. So I'm signing out now. Bye, everyone. And again, back, if you have any more questions, come back and to this video replay and type the comment. I get alerted. Okay. Enjoy your lunch. Take care. Bye. Bye. Oh, okay. Bye, Christina. Okay, I'm signing out.